Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe that is beyond our own planet's atmosphere. Astronomy goes way back to the 15th century when astronomers used to gaze at the sky to mark calendars and predict time. The profession of an astronomer evolved when the first equipment, named the astrolabe, was invented. The astrolabe was invented during the Islamic Golden Age by Muslims. This invention then evolved to be what we call as telescopes and evolved even more to become a single satellite in space. So how did this ruler-like device turn into a huge floating satellite in space? And how does research on an astronomer's equipment help us analyze and synthesize for our client's background deeper? To answer this question, we have sorted our inventory into a table that shows an astronomer's behavior, their telescope equipments, and the output of each telescope throughout the years. From this table, we can clearly see an even distribution of ticks on two separate sides that we soon realized could categorize all these telescopes into two categories, which are pre-satellite and post-satellite eras. This is because before the discovery of satellites, the behavior of astronomers, from as simple as their posture up to the use of telescope equipment, completely changes after satellites were invented. Before the discovery of satellites, astronomers needed to stand up to look into the telescope through the eyepiece and glass lens to see far into space. The method of looking into lenses of a telescope continued on up to the mid-19th century. Satellites were discovered in the year 1957, and the first satellite-oriented telescope invented was called the Lowell telescope. From here on, the telescopes evolved to use equipments such as glass mirrors instead of glass lenses to see further into space, and instead of looking straight through the eyepiece of a telescope, astronomers could now just look at the output image in front of a device's screen. Modern technology completely changed the basics of what astronomy used to be. Since our site is in the middle of a desert, we analyzed that modern technology isn't suitable or compatible to be used at our site. Therefore, to suit our site, we synthesized that the best approach would be to go back to the pre-satellite era where internet connectivity or modern technology isn't needed for an astronomer. Lastly, based on our analysis, the client synthesis is that the equipment used by the astronomer will highly affect the design, furniture, and material of the capsule and simultaneously affect the behavior of the astronomer itself.
United States of America, also known as USA, have 50 states. Utah is one of them, but that doesn't stop there. At Utah, we got a national monument known as Natural Bridges. They got 3 bridges: Sipapu, Kachina, and OWOCHOMO. We got the OWOCHOMO bridges at the National Monument Natural Bridges Park. OWOCHOMO is the tiniest, smallest, and the little one rather than Sipapu and Kachina. So next, we go to the climate. Since we already have the location, we will explore about the climate. The sun rising from the east and going down to the west. National Monument Natural Bridges have 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. These seasons related to the yearly temperature. If you get a look at the data from 2020, it were mostly sunny days for 26 days at June because it was a summer weather. It was a summer season. The temperature also reached the highest temperature at 31 Celsius at July and reach out the lowest temperature to -5 Celsius at the January and December. For the circulation at the National Monument Natural Bridges, it started at the main gates and we going through the Sipapu bridges, and then we going to the Kachina bridges, and lastly we arrive at the OWOCHOMO bridges. It have their own walk path. Existing sites features. Existing sites features can be divided by 2, which is man-made and natural physical features. Man-made features. Fences. The fences can be found along the walk path. Ladders. Ladder also can be found at the giant rock to make the visitor experience how to be on the top of the rock. Signage. Signage is a signboard to make the visitors know where they are and easier for the visitor to look at the map. Natural physical features. Vegetation. Pinyon pines have thin, smooth green needles in groups of 2 and rough, reddish bark. Junipers have rough, cylindrical-like leaves and shredded, shaggy-looking bark. Utah junipers have reddish-brown bark and drooping branches. We can see the vegetation on the OWOCHOMO Bridges viewpoint.
See on this slide, it has 7 examples of capsules that can be related to our site, which is located at OWOCHOMO Bridge in the Utah. The capsules are from the region China, Finland, Scotland, Australia, and Netherlands. The country that I stated has 4 seasons, which is the same as our site location in OWOCHOMO Bridge, Utah. The dimension of our example capsule are between 20 square meter to 44 square meter, where the biggest is 44 square meter and the smallest that we got is 25 square meter. The capacity for the capsule is between 1 to 2%. The year that all of the capsule example that we got are completed is from the year 1984, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. The material that we use by the capsule are timber, steel, concrete, aluminum alloy, plastic, glass, and etc. As for the floor plan of the capsule, there are several spaces and we already differentiate it so that we can clearly see it. So the example is that the red color bubble is for the private space such as bedroom and bathroom. Yellow color bubble is for the semi-private, which is the kitchen and study area. The green color bubble is for the public area, which is the living room. And majority of the capsule example that we got is that we use datum. It also can relate it to our client profession, which is the astronomer. This is because by using datum concept, it can be derived from the telescope lens where the writer go inside the capsule, it can see clearly all of the area space. Here are the material that we got from the capsule, and we make a study about the material that we get, and we found the criteria of the material that is suitable with our site and client's profession, that is lightweight, durability, sustainable, see-through, and dome. We can make dome. There are 4 suitable materials, which are timber, glass, aluminium, and plastic. So these are the type of timber, type of glass, type of aluminium, and type of plastic that may be used for the writer's capsule. We also wanted to share our suggestion on the furniture based on our client's profession, which is ergonometric, based on the astronomer, since it can be designed and arranging the furniture that client use so that the client and the furniture can interact most efficiently and safely. Here are the simplest synthesis diagram form that we created from our precedent studies that I explained just now to make it easier. So that's all from us. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.